All right, everyone, get ready for the Lack of Hustle podcast, sponsored by Terranodon Media, featuring the OLO, surgical disciples, and Sexy Make sure to find Terranodon Media all over the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that other shit I forget. Hold on, because it's gonna be one hell of a ride, son of a bitch.
Oh shit, who's that?
Oh, that was a lady on the phone.
Oh, wow. Just do the intro.
The automated voice that tells us that we are now recording.
We're live.
So guys, welcome back.
Thank you. Is this the Halloween episode?
This is our Halloween episode. What day is it today? It's October 22nd or 23rd?
It's October 22nd. Tomorrow's the 23rd. Before we start off, let me say happy 16th birthday to my daughter Mia.
Oh,
tomorrow.
I thought you were going to mention my birthday. You don't mention that, please.
Happy birthday
to your daughter. Happy birthday to your daughter. 16, huh?
16, yeah. If she ever cares to listen to this podcast.
Well, so okay, and to our audience, to all the 15 people that have been listening,
yay.
Welcome to the Lack of Hustle podcast.
People, right?
Yeah, we got some people. The Lack of Hustle podcast, and it's October 22nd, 2018, Halloween edition. And we talked about so many things last time, and it was very confusing. We're going to probably try to cut it down a little short this time around.
It was overwhelming. I'm doing a lot better today. Yeah. Like for simple people, it was overwhelming.
I don't know, man. It was
a lot of inside jokes there.
A lot of what?
A lot of editing had to be done.
Well, yeah, that's because of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing a lot better today. Being a lot more conscious. What I say.
We're talking about.
I apologize.
No, we're talking about right before you came on the line, and we started recording about when I did the Night of Hate 2, and that's where Mr. Surgical had met his now wife.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
And Night of Hate 2. Yeah.
Night of Hate 2.
I thought you met her at the mall. No, she told me she worked at the mall, and then I went to go see her at the mall.
Well, not that you met her. I think that's when you kind of like hooked up or some shit, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think that like cemented it, you know. I believe women like consistency. Yeah, women like consistency, and you know, a little consistency goes a long way. Or so I believe. I mean, it's just 18 years of marriage talking, but you know, whatever. What the hell do I know?
18 years.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your 18 years.
Yeah.
Me and Esky have 0 years on ours.
Yeah. But but no, I was also talking about how that Night of Hate. It was who played that? Well, I mean, we played. Southside Arsenal played, and then Outrage played, and then a whole bunch of
Dark Side.
Dark Side played. Yeah, dude. Afterwards, Orlando took all the money, and we went across and finished all the beer in Crucifijo down there.
Don't say it like I took all the money. I paid off the bands.
Oh yeah,
right?
But the remainder of the money you took us out drinking.
The remainder of the money.
You took us out drinking. No. I mean, like you took us out drinking, and that's not.
Well, you say take all the money. It makes me sound like one of those promoters that actually that happens. That happens a lot. Like I mean, you've dealt with that already, right? Where you get a promoter that steals all the money. Yep.
Yeah.
That happened around that time with that band Dimmu Borgir when they came to Laredo.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know that show is that show is actually on their DVD.
No way.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for a few seconds it says like Laredo, Texas.
Because I didn't go, you went. I didn't go, you went. But it was like in a grass field, right?
No, it was at that place Medusa.
Yeah, but it was in the back in a grass field. It wasn't inside.
It was inside. Man.
It was inside. Oh shit!
Well, man,
and then what happened? They just got stiffed.
Yeah, they got stiffed. That promoter took all the money. He was one of these DJs from Energy 98, and he took all the money and fled. So that's why I said be careful with the words you use. The remainder of the money, and I forgot totally about this, and I don't know that was that night that we took, and we went to Crucifijos across in Nuevo Laredo, and so I bought nothing but beer, and we finished all their beer, huh?
Yeah, that was a great night, and I believe it was like 5 o'clock, which is early in Crucifijo in Mexico, and they had run out of beer, and said, "You guys finished your beer," and we had to go to a gay club, and
you had to get the rest of the beer.
But there was like. There was some girls there, and they were like, they said like, oh, like if a guy hits on you, like, you're all our girlfriends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make us feel comfortable. But really, I mean, like, we were a bunch of like, metalheads and punk rockers, like, nobody bothered us.
They were beards.
Yeah, they were beards, exactly. Yeah. They were girlfriends of actual friends. They were actual girlfriends of actual friends, but they said like, hey, like.
One of these
we're
days,
here, it looks like, whatever.
These are all like great stories. One of these days we got to sit down, talk about the stories that we can talk about, and have a little discussion, reminiscing. But before we get the whole show started, one of the things I wanted to start off with before we go into what we initially talked about. Was about like sharing what movies we like, but I'd like to ask you guys what were some of your fondest Halloween memories, and I wanted to share one of mine with you all. But yeah, go ahead, guys.
Esky, you want to go first?
Well, any Halloween with a martial arts type of costume is badass for me.
Okay.
It's not that I feel like a ninja, but I feel like a ghostly ninja.
Okay.
Those are pretty good. Also, the haunted houses at your house, Orlando, those are badass too.
Yeah.
They're great stress reliever, like to terrorize children, really, and to be.
Well, that was one of my fondest memories was of that. It was in relation to that. Was of you terrifying an elderly old lady in a haunted house.
You're at the haunted house, or?
Yeah, that was at a haunted house.
I don't remember that one at all.
It was Louie's grandma.
But I was in character.
You were in character.
Yeah. It's funny that you bring up the martial. It's funny that you bring up the martial arts like costume, because my favorite costume of all time was out in kindergarten. I was a ninja.
Yeah.
And my brother, he wore a red karate. He was a karate guy because he had the the damn headband, Karate Kid headband. But I remember that Halloween, it was the first time I was going to go trick-or-treating. And my parents got like in a huge fight. And this is the first time I fucking like alphaed up, you know what I mean? Like, man, because I was really excited to go trick-or-treating, you know what I mean? Because I heard about it, you know what I mean? And we had plans to go. I know y'all looking at me weird, like I'm going to take a real dark side over here. I'm not. But no. So they were arguing like a whole bunch. God knows about what. Let's not talk about details.
What were they dressed like?
What?
What? What were they dressed like? As?
What was who dressed like?
Your parents. Were they dressed up?
My parents? They were just like late 30-year-olds trying to keep it together. That's what they were dressed up as.
Oh, okay, cool. I know.
Early 30s, I don't know. But anyways, and I remember we were all standing in the hallway, like watching them fight. And then I say, like, hey, like, are we gonna go trick or treating or what? And then they said, and it kind of snapped them out of it. And they said, yeah, we should take the kids trick or treating, huh? and I did go trick or treating, and it's one of my fondest memories ever. you know. And I was just like a goddamn ninja. And then right after that, my second Halloween memory, and this is a lot quicker and dark, less dark, I think, or maybe darker. I remember that Halloween, it was on a Monday, but the Sunday before, maybe it was on a Sunday. Oh, it was on a Sunday, man. But earlier, you see, I went to church and I forgot to I would fall asleep at church, right? So So I woke up all groggy, and you know how the priest says bye to you and stuff, you know, with a shake of a firm handshake, and and I didn't see it, so I didn't shake his hand, and my mom and my Dia freaked out, you know what I mean, and I got punished for not shaking the priest's hand. So but they were showing Nicktoons and stuff, so that was cool.
That's pretty cool. You might have dodged the bullet there.
Well, how so?
Yeah.
Nah. Come on, hey, we're not gonna do that. I don't know.
You know, my parents let me go out on by myself, when I was I think 6 years old, around the neighborhood.
Holy, what the hell?
Yeah, they let me go.
It's not good parenting.
Well, see, my mom and dad were divorced. But my dad spent some time with my mom around that year. Actually, I think I went with my older cousin. That's what it was. They let me go with my older cousin Jason, and I'd gone, and this was in Corpus when I was living in Corpus, and I was about 6 years old. Come to find out, years later, that was a Halloween where my brother Omar was conceived.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
thank you for your service.
Yeah, he was conceived on Halloween. You know? He was conceived on Halloween, I think, and it was because that's what the story says. That's how the story goes. But it could have been another time.
Written.
It could, it was maybe it was one of those times. Basically, my dad and my mom hooked up. They hooked up on they let me go out with my cousin, who was just a few years older than me, to go around this fucking shitty neighborhood, and so they could get it on.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. I mean, you were 6 years old.
Sense. Yeah, I was about 6 years old because my brother was born the next year, 87.
You didn't find it fishy that you were 6 years old and they let you go out?
Yeah, October.
Because that was obviously for them to have sex.
January, February, March, April, May, June. Well, I don't know. The numbers don't really add up. I'm counting I'm using my finger.
Yeah.
Could have been earlier. I don't know.
Are you any jealous of that, of Omar, because of that?
No, not really, man.
He was conceived on the devil's night?
No, well, I mean, that's something that I'm kind of proud of, you know. That's pretty cool. But
hey,
I do remember that
you were raised a Christian. Did they let you celebrate a Halloween there? You know,
who are you talking
with the Christians? I'm talking to you, man. I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay.
You know, because the Christians.
Yeah, no, we went to church and
the Catholics celebrate Halloween. The Christians don't really, because they really believe it's the devil's birthday.
Yeah. So, they even say
would your parents
say
nah, you can celebrate Halloween?
No, they saw no harm in dressing up like a pirate. You know. I have nothing to do with Jesus Christ at all, or religion.
Yeah,
the church even said, don't use the loophole of dressing up like Jesus Christ, which I've never seen any child dress like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not a bad costume.
And if I did, I'll be like, whoa, have you not heard of the Ninja Turtles or something? Or
I mean, dude, but I think that if you're look, how about every Christian boy dresses up like Jesus Christ and reverses the devil's holiday, the devil's birthday, you know what I mean? And boom, now it's fucking kids dress up like Jesus Day. And that's how you, if they want to take if they want to be proactive on this, don't make them not celebrate it. Celebrate Jesus that day. Celebrate it like it was Christmas.
If I had a kid, I would dress him up as Jesus and the bloody variant.
Or if you have two kids, you can dress one up like Pontius Pilate.
Yeah.
You know, Pontius Pilate. I mean, he's a good guy, you know what I mean? Pontius Pilate is a good guy, you know, No, I mean, like, he was just doing the law, and then, like, you know, he got to know Jesus a little bit. And then Jesus even told Pontius Pilate, like, nah, it's cool, like, you're just doing what you gotta do. And Pontius Pilate was like, I'm glad you understand, Jesus. And of course he understands.
Yeah, well, what about, like, what if you had a girl, like, you wanted to go with it, would you dress her up as the Virgin Mary or Mary Magdalene?
Magdalene.
Magdalene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you dress that. I don't know how you dress like Mary Magdalene. I don't know.
You just wear a robe and
is it early Mary Magdalene or later Mary Magdalene? Because early Mary Magdalene.
I'd say later. I'd say version 2.0.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Because you got to have all the characters. You get a bunch of kids dressed up as, like, the apostles. But a lot of people don't know
about Mary Magdalene. You know what I mean? It's like there's other costumes where you can dress up like the guy character, and then, like, the female character doesn't really, like. You have to be the mom, dude. You're gonna have to be the mom. You're gonna have to be Virgin Mary.
Yeah, Virgin Mary. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't be Mary Magdalene. That's not gonna fly.
Hey, remember those costumes back then? Like, were the ones that are like you'd wear pretty much just like a paper bag, and you had like a mask. And
it was like a trash bag.
It was kind of like a trash bag.
It was more like a trash bag.
And he would have it was, well, I don't know, it was like a sack of sorts. And it'd have a picture of the character instead of like the character's outfit. It would just have a picture of the character, like a representation of the character, and then you'd have the mask.
Like if you were like, if you were Optimus Prime, like on your suit, it wouldn't look like Optimus Prime. It would actually have a picture of Optimus Prime.
Of Optimus
and
Prime.
Then
you were standing up and doing shit.
Yeah, and then you would have the mask of Optimus Prime. So now you have two fucking Optimus Prime faces on your damn costume. And,
well, let me tell you,
those were horrible, huh?
That's one of my favorite costumes that I had growing up was a Dr. Doom costume.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I felt like a fucking badass, man, wearing that Dr. Doom outfit.
I felt like a god.
Well, I did. I felt like King of Latveria. And it was a couple of weeks before it was a couple of my birthday is before Halloween, so I got it for my birthday, and there's pictures floating around in one of the old family albums. I'm trying to find them where I'm at a pizza party wearing my Dr. Doom outfit, like looking like imposing. And I think that was that same year. I think that was when I was like 5 or 6 years old, because that's when the Secret War came out. And they had been promoting, had a Dr. Doom toy and everything. Man, I love Dr. Doom.
Were you already reading comic books at this point? I mean, how did you even know Dr. Doom?
Yeah, I was reading comics. Yeah, because I'll tell you, like, the first stuff I ever read were comics, because my dad would go hunting, and so my dad was a comic collector, so I'd go through his stash of comics, and the first ones I remember reading were like Batman, like detective comics, and then some Justice League ones. And then I started going into other stuff. I mean, the first stuff I started owning were like actually owning and having my own, like keeping my own comics were Ninja Turtles, like Mirage, the original black and white ones.
But
like I was big on the Marvel stuff, and I would read my dad's stuff, my dad's Secret Wars and my dad's Avenger comics. So yeah, this was probably when I was first learning how to read. So when I would go to my dad's place, because my mom and dad were divorced, so every second week I'd go over and just like try to find stuff to do. So my dad was working on something, like, because he would like paint a lot back then. I'd go and start reading his comics or play with my G.I. Joes or whatever, Star Wars toys.
What would he paint?
A lot of Indians.
Okay. Native Americans, sir.
Yeah.
Or if you're in Canada, it's First Nations. Am I correct there, Esky?
Yes, you are.
For a Canadian.
And you're
First Nation.
Yeah, your dad's always been fond of Southwestern art.
Yeah.
Or skull decorating.
Yeah. Well, that's where the money is.
Well, he used to. I mean, he actually wanted to draw for comic books. Like, I have folders and folders.
Oh.
Of stuff, which is a whole other. This is a whole other 2 hours, maybe even a documentary on some stuff that I want to do. But my dad, he was so set. He was set on working with a comic book company. Like, he was very much into like stuff like Conan but he had a bunch.
We should do the first hour and a half on that, and then the second half hour on when he met Raymond, and then like the relationship he had with Raymond.
I'll go into that later. But I one of these days, because it's got like these interesting characters. And anyway, I wanted to do the Halloween theme, and I wanted to talk about.
And after that, it should be an animated piece.
It should.
An animated piece of Raymond and Mr. Pettis' adventures.
Yeah, drawn by Mr. Pettis. Mr. Pettis.
We're going to talk about what our favorite horror movies, top 5, and and then I'll talk a little, and then I guess just so I can set the idea, and we'll go each one number 5. I do number 5, you do number 5, you do number 5.
Awesome, perfect,
we'll
perfect.
Yeah, that way we won't go on this long. So my number 5, I'll go ahead and put Poltergeist as my number 5.
Oh,
simply because it's a Tobe Hooper movie, but Steven Spielberg produced it. That movie just stuck with me, and I think it holds. It's still still holds well. And the remake, as much as I like Sam Rockwell, I think. The original, you had Coach in there. That little girl was just creepy. That short lady was also very creepy. The special effects were awesome, and it's just a scary story. And the sequels also do a pretty good job, like especially the second one. But the end of the movie too is also very, to me, was very.
The second one is the one. Is the second one the one where they're in the hotel?
No, that's the third one.
Okay, the second one is the one you're all going to die in there by the guy that's dying.
Yeah, but the first one, I mean, you have all these different scary tropes before they were like tropes. You know, you had this tree.
Like the clown thing.
And it doesn't stop either. It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't know when to fucking stop.
The guy that looks in the first thing that I remember freaking out over, the guy looks in the mirror and starts peeling his skin off.
Yeah,
and,
I remember that. Yeah.
That was pretty gory for the time, and extremely gory.
Made me scared of fried chicken.
Yeah. And then you got the clown. You got the clown. What's cool about the clown is that the clown it didn't look like a scary. They didn't try to make it look more scarier than it already was. It looks like something like a product of the times, or at least 10, 20 years prior to that. Like that looked like what clowns look like. Clown toys looked scary naturally, so. Now they put like an angry face or whatever on it, but that clown just naturally looks scary, you know. And then you had the tree, and then you had all sorts of weird shit going on, and you had that giant
when she pulls out the devil.
Remember that thing that was in there? The what?
She pulls out the devil, you know what I mean? And that big skull comes out of that fucking closet or whatever. That room,
well, do
you know?
You remember the room? It's like this demon that's like this outworldly demon thing that looks like a spider with a skull, and that thing freaked me out. So yeah, that's my number 5. That's Poltergeist there. So I don't know.
That's a pretty good choice.
Who's next?
Who's next?
I thought about Poltergeist. That's definitely there. S, you want to go, or you want me to go?
Yes. The thing is that. Like terror and horror, like they're nice, but like things that scare me, you know, like are more realistic.
Okay, I'll go.
Let me mention my honorable mention. Honorable mention is Saving Private Ryan. The first 20 minutes is pretty fucked up.
No, what the fuck? We're not in honorable mentions yet. Jesus, let me go second. We'll do 2 horror movies. We'll establish a goddamn mood. Then you can fucking ruin it. I got one that'll ruin it too. Don't worry about it.
So I ruined both of y'all guys' movies.
The 2 obvious choices is this Poltergeist 1. I'll go Exorcist. You know what I mean? Gotta have a rhythm to this baby.
That's your number 5?
Exorcist, you know, I mean, yeah, that's my number 5. I'm gonna go from like obvious to least obvious. Esky's gonna go least obvious all 5. So number 5 for me is Exorcist. It was super hyped. You know, when I first saw it, I had to wait till I was like 12 years old to see it. And then when I saw it, like, it didn't disappoint. Like, holy hell, like, damn, it starts off a little subtle, and then it goes from, 0 to 60, and First third.
Yeah, yo, that is messed up. Actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, even seeing it in school,
and then
like, why are we showing this?
Oh yeah, no, I was going to mention that. Like, I think that was the first time I'd seen the movie to completion was in Coach Bird's class. And
really?
I think you were the
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I remember thinking, why am I creeped out? I've seen this already. You know.
That's the first time I'd seen it all, like all of it.
Holy! You saw it, man. Coach Bird showed you that movie.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He said he wanted to show his Fast Times at Richmond High, but he couldn't get away with it.
Honorable mention for me is the Miracle of Birth. Remember, Coach Bird showed us that movie. That was scary. Remember when that baby popped out of the woman's innards?
That lady, yeah.
Yeah.
They made sure it was like a really fat baby, you know? Like, that thing was like 14 months
3 years later I was going to have one of my own.
That's a really good honorable mention, man.
Yeah. That is okay. Okay, let's go for it, man.
All right. Jaws. Jaws fucked me up.
Okay,
oh, wow.
Fuck yeah, good job.
Like big-ass shark. And, Jaws fucked me up. Like, I couldn't be at the beach without feeling creeped out. And as a kid, you know? And then, you know what's really fucked me up?
I thought Jaws was going to come out of the shower.
Okay, no, that's Sharknado bullshit. We're not doing that.
Yeah. I made Sharknado when I was like 4 years old. Yeah, baby shark.
But the one that really fucked me up was Jaws 3 for some reason. That's
where the Jaws in the aquarium?
Yeah. Like, for some reason, that one gave me nightmares.
I was watching Jaws 2 last week.
And I kept looking for Louis Gossett Jr.
Just last week, I was watching Jaws the Revenge.
That's the fourth one.
That's part 2.
That's part 2. That's part 2. That's
part 2, man. It's called The Revenge, man.
Jaws.
Part 1 and 2
it's very silly.
Ones.
It's very silly. It's incredibly silly, and I love it. And they're like Jaws when they're like electrocuting him, or they're doing some like sonic wave thing or something. He comes out of the water, and I remember that when I was a kid. But he comes out of the water and he roars like a lion.
Oh wow! That's
like numerous times. He's like, oh,
yeah.
Like he makes the same noise that Battle Cat makes in He-Man.
Hey, does Rob Schneider come out of that movie?
Rob Schneider?
It's not Rob Schneider or Rob Snyder. It's Rob Schneider.
Oh, you mean the guy from part 1?
It's a made-up name. Yeah, the guy from part 1. Yeah. Does he come out in part 2?
He comes out in flashbacks.
Oh, but it's not like a new scene that was made. Like they just got stock footage from the first movie.
Yeah, but there's one scene that's like he's at the kitchen table with his kids, and I'm not sure if that's in the first one. I have to rewatch that again. I just saw the first one recently, and I forgot that. But I love the first one.
They show Jaws the Revenge a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Jaws. With Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah. Well, that's more.
What about Bob?
Gilbert Gottfried. Okay. So that was your number. That was number 5. Okay.
That was number 5.
You got number 4, Nando.
Okay, my number 4 is actually kind of a cop out here, guys. Like, because it's a little bit of a cheat here, but I'm combining 2. It's an even. Because I still haven't been able to decide which one I like
I'm doing
better.
that later. Don't worry. Okay.
Well, I still haven't been able to decide which one I like better. But I've always been a big fan of these 2 movies. And I typically watch them one after the other. Is The Howling and American Werewolf in London.
What?
Whoa! I thought it would have been like The Howling and The Howling 2. You know, but
I love The Howling 2. I love The Howling 2. That's a great one, Christopher Lee, and then there's some like werewolf.
That's the one about the sister, right?
But this
That's
one,
the one about
the sister trying to figure out, and they're like in
She's
the
a reporter, and then they find
they're in Italy or somewhere. I don't know. They're in Europe somewhere. They're in. But Howling 1 and The Howling 1 is just a crazy good movie, and it's got Robert Picardo. He's come out of Star Trek Voyager. Great character actor.
Who's that one directed by there? The Howling 1. Do you know?
Howling 1. What? He's the same guy who did Gremlins.
The first one?
Shit, you asked for names and I forget them.
Howling
1.
I didn't want to
same
quiz
guy who
you
did
there.
Gremlins.
I was just wondering.
Take it to Gremlins, and I think Gremlins too. But and then an American Werewolf.
Robert Zemeckis. Okay, got it. Robert Zemeckis.
It's not Robert Zemeckis.
That'd be badass, man.
Robert Zemeckis, The Howling. Howling is it just has this really dark, brooding feel, and it's a great werewolf movie. The werewolves look fucking great. The werewolf transformations on both those movies are some of the best werewolf transformations that I've ever seen. So, still pretty scary. You know, show those movies to someone who's never seen them before. And I think I would say which is the better movie. I think American Werewolf in London is slightly better. But but as to what my favorites are, I can't decide. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be better to be a favorite, but I think American Werewolf just has a better feel to it. Plus, around that same time, you had that Michael Jackson Thriller.
Dude, for a while there, I thought you were doing a Robert Zemeckis impression.
No, that's just me talking. I have no idea what Robert Zemeckis.
God, I thought you were. I know. I thought like, wow, you have a Robert Zemeckis impression.
No,
I'm pretty sure he
sounds
like that.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah. I think you got the Robert Zemeckis impression down without you even trying.
Who's Robert Zemeckis?
I always confuse him with Peter with you know the smart guy that died from Ghostbusters. What's his name?
The smart guy that died from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the smart guy.
Oh, Harold Ramis.
Yeah. They kind of look the same.
Well,
you know,
I have a very slow laptop in front of me, so I'll come back to that.
Yeah. Okay. So number 4 for me I'm gonna go The Thing, man, with Kurt Russell.
Ooh. Wow.
I saw that as an adult. Esky, you were hanging out with me at that point at the La Mata house. And so I was like 26, 27, and I saw it with Ricky, your cousin, Fernando, and I remember like I couldn't believe that like the effects would just get worse and worse, and I was already a full adult, you know what I mean? And it really like still to this day like it shocks me like the effects like.
What do you mean by worse and worse? You mean they got better and better?
Better and better.
Yeah,
of course. And they stand till the test of time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can watch that movie today and it'll still shock you. Like, I think it's the best, one of the best special effects that I've ever seen because I saw it as an adult, you know, and it was crazy. And I very short explanation, but there you go.
I would have put that on my sci-fi list, my horror sci-fi list. The Thing is definitely
Did you ever see that prequel, the one that came out like 6 years ago?
Yeah, I sure did.
That was actually decent on the effects also. You know,
it was decent, and I was talking to someone about it the other night. Like, you know what the sad part of that is that when they were just about ready to get things wrapped up, they had a lot of these scenes where I think they already had them filmed where they actually used practical effects. But someone decided at the last minute that they were going to use CGI.
Damn.
Oh, wow. I had someone break it down to me on the ones that weren't CGI, and they were decent. And also like the fact that they explained how that axe got stuck in the wall.
The what?
Yeah, the axe. There's the Thing.
Yeah.
There's just a random axe stuck in the wall, and this one they showed the dude sticking the goddamn axe in the wall. It was pretty cool.
Oh, they said ascot. Like, I'm like.
No, I
mean. We mentioned ascot last time. So, okay, well, what's your number 5? I'm number 4.
Number 4, it's actually a series, and like it's gonna be an unpopular one, but I really like The Monster or whatever the hell the bad thing is. The Paranormal Activities.
What?
Found footage like Blair Witch. Yeah.
What?
Have you seen them?
Oh. Well, I think that was the first controversy of the night, sir.
Well, have you seen them?
And I don't watch a lot of horror movies, but you're going to go Paranormal Activity as number 4?
They're pretty creepy.
And you've seen more than one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're entertaining, and I really like The Monster. I've seen all of them except for the last one.
What Monster? The Monster doesn't come out.
I know, but when it does decide to come out, like it's Endgame, like basically this thing doesn't come out, so it totally fucks with these people. So they're like broken down emotionally and they're paranoid. It's really awesome. Like the last 10 minutes of these movies are always pretty intense.
Man, your last three picks better be good because you just like wasted our time.
No, I mean, first of all, y'all really just going for things you liked as kids. You know, like of course you were scared.
No, that's not. Oh, why now you're gonna attack us because you felt attacked? I'm just saying the paranormal activity.
Okay, look, I'm going by what I enjoy and what I can still watch every year.
What I can relate to.
I don't know about relating. I can just still watch over and over again. Like I think they're my favorite.
Well, I mean, you're a horror movie guy, and I know Esky's not a horror movie guy. I'm not a horror movie guy either. But so therefore, I have to choose them.
First off, this argument's got nothing compared to when you both choose that Psycho remake y'all loved back in the day.
Oh wow! I don't know what the hell. Yeah. Wow. Wait. Yeah. Nobody
didn't like that Vince Vaughn one.
Oh, you're talking about Swinger?
I never saw it. Yes, saw it. What the hell are you talking about?
Actually, one of y'all bought a shirt.
Did it? I had the shirt, but I never saw it.
Wow, dude. That's just... Yo, I'm going to take shit from a guy who was posing on some Vince Vaughn movie. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah, I was totally posing. What the fuck? I was 17 years old, 16 years old. What the fuck? Who gives a shit, man? You're still living back then?
Fucking horrible, dude. God damn it.
I'm just saying, it's a fucking horrible
All right,
pick.
let me change it then. Okay, so let's stop paranormal activity.
You get another pick. Get the fuck out. We have a whole bunch of other picks left.
Schindler's List had a lot of fucked up shit.
Okay, all right. Where are we at? We're at number 3. Orlando, you're next.
Oh, man, I'm trying to remember my number 3, actually. Well, because I remember my second and first one. Hold on.
Schindler's List, dude. Remember that?
Oh, dude, that's honorable mention. Remember we got in trouble at Schindler's List because we were trying because we were big fans of Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, we were trying to make fun of it. There was really nothing to do. Actually, the church was really
what the hell is wrong with y'all?
Well, look, here it is. Like, we didn't know anything about the Holocaust, and you know, we're mostly.
What do you mean you didn't know anything about the Holocaust? You guys were in middle school already.
We were introduced to the Holocaust with Schindler's List, and they took us to the theater at a school, which was very good of them because we learned. But we were also big fans of Mystery Science Theater, and there were some parts in there. I mean, if you look back, it's a movie.
I remember Uptown Girl.
Yeah, remember that one? Yeah, it was when they were in the factory working, and then I started thinking Uptown Girl because it looked like the Uptown Girl video, and I think that's the one that got us in trouble there. But Then we had
y'all mentioned Uptown Girl. Wait, what happened? You guys were watching Schindler's List and you started singing Uptown Girl?
Yeah, there was a part where they. I'm trying to remember what I'm saying here.
Like a labor camp, but it was industrial.
Yeah, so but look here. At the time, I wasn't as sensitive
or anything.
The Holocaust was a horrible thing, guys.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's a horrible thing.
We can all agree on that, for sure.
But
number 4, it's horrific.
You know, there is that scene where they're in the factory, and it looked like the video for Uptown Girl, like parts of Uptown Girl, because they're all together doing something, and I was like, hey, it looked like Uptown Girl, like they're working in unison, and it looked kind of choreographed. But yeah, you know, let me move on.
Number 3.
I'm not an anti-Semite. I just thought that.
No.
That was
the only one that
actually
thought that movie was horrific. I mean, y'all talking about werewolves and shit. You know, that was horrific.
It was horrific, but it's not one of my favorites. It wasn't one of my favorites. I'm still trying to think. Okay, I'm just blabbering on because I'm still trying to think of my number 3. So I think I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna come back to it because my third one.
My number 3.
I had it in mind.
I got my number 3. Eraserhead.
Oh wow!
They just showed that in the Eraserhead.
No way. No, I mean I saw it like about 8 years ago, and wow, like you know what I mean?
I just remembered mine. But go ahead.
Yes, no, I really have much. I mean, just see it. You know what I mean? It's a goddamn nightmare, and that's about it. You got your third? Go for it.
Oh well, my third is Reanimator.
Oh wow.
Okay, which is also a David Lynch movie.
No.
No. That's a Cronenberg movie.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Reanimator's not a Cronenberg movie.
Way to fuck that up.
Can
we add the Price is Right horn there? Dun, 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 dun.
No, you lose.
You got a lot of bass in your voice.
It's a Stuart Gordon. He also did Castle Freak and Dolls, which I would highly recommend those two. But Stuart Gordon is the director. He's kind of did he do From Beyond also, and he's just did a bunch of these underground.
Holy shit, I remember that.
Yeah. Also with the same guy, it had the same two of the same actors from Reanimator, but Jeffrey Combs. He's come out on a bunch of Star Trek too. Voiced a lot of characters on cartoons. You probably see something with Jeffrey Combs in it. So, but yeah, no, Reanimator. I really like Reanimator. It's one of those crazy cool movies. It's one of those I would highly recommend to people. If they haven't seen Reanimator, it's a must. But the other two movies I have, I mean, I'm saying it's not the best movie, but it's one of my favorites.
Wait, you didn't go 2 and 1 already?
It has everything that I want. So that was my number 3. Eski, what's your number 3?
Yeah, like it's not ranking like the best horror movies ever. It's just the ones you enjoy.
Just the ones you enjoy.
No, it is a ranking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, but which do you like more than the other? Yeah, what's your number 3?
Battle Royale. I don't know if you've seen Orlando. I know Sergio's seen it.
No, I've never seen it. Tell me what's that movie about?
It's a movie. It was written by a stay-at-home Japanese dad who was bored. It's about this class that's taking a field trip, but instead they pass out and they wake up on this island, and they're all each given a backpack with weapons, or actually goofy weapons, like a joke.
But they're all troubled kids,
all forced
right?
to kill each other. Nope, they're just normal kids. I mean, the troubled ones actually survive better. Yeah,
I've heard about that.
There's betrayal.
It was made into the Hunger Games, right? Hunger Games.
Well, it sounds like Lord of the Flies with Saint Seiya.
Yeah, it's a really messed up Lord of the Flies. There's a lot of blood and just like kids dying, so that's pretty morbid. And it's all like all the high school stuff still like works there, like cliques work, but then one gets a bigger head than the other, then it gets shot off.
Oh, wow.
And there's a kid in black who actually enjoys the shooting, which is weird. Because it happens now.
I'm gonna check that one out because I think you mentioned it one time, and I've heard about it through another source as well. So it's one of those I just need to catch up on. Yeah. Okay. On to number 2. Number 2, I'm gonna throw out a couple of because number 2 I've talked about it before on the last podcast we did. So I'm gonna throw out a couple of how do we call them honorable mentions.
Okay.
The one one of them being They Live, being an honorable mention.
Oh wow.
And Frankenhooker being another honorable mention.
Oh wow, I never saw that one. Man.
Amazing movie. Amazing.
I never saw the Franken dog either.
Frankenweenie.
I think it was a Frasier dog. It was a dog in Frasier. And played like a Franken dog.
Jack.
It was awesome.
Oh, Jack.
It was a goddamn star. That dog.
Another hardcore couple of honorable mentions I have to throw in are Puppet Master 3. Puppet Master 3 and
that one had Nazis.
Yeah, it had Nazis in it. I love Puppet Master. I think it's my favorite Puppet Master 3. And Ghoulies 2.
Coachboy was wrong. That's the best press in cinematic
Ghoulies
history.
2. Fuck yeah, dude. Ghoulies 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghoulies.
You're talking about the scene where that Nazi general's there with that naked lady?
Yeah.
And her boobs hanging out, and like I've always liked chicks wearing those like military hats. After that, like I always had a thing.
Yeah.
Because of Puppet Master 3, and it's with that guy that came out in that one Chuck Norris movie. He was the bad guy in the Chuck Norris movie. He'd always play bad. Yeah, what's that one? Invasion USA. The bad guy from Invasion USA was one of the Nazi like interrogators or whatever. From Puppet Master 3. He's always in these.
Okay.
I think his last name is like. I think his last name is Lynch, maybe. He died recently too, but he looked a little bit like he had kind of like this Rutger Hauer look to him. Love that guy, but Richard Lynch. I think it's Richard Lynch, if I'm not mistaken.
Lynch. If you're his friend, his name is Dick Lynch.
He's always the bad guy. He's always the weird bad guy that's kind of like, I felt that he was he's always a Nazi. Anyway, so I'm going to say my number 2. Yeah, Ghoulies 2, though. Ghoulies 2, fuck, man, I love that movie.
Yeah.
That was, it's like, when I think about
when that ghoulie comes out of the toilet, like, you know what I mean? Makes you think twice about going to the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, what reminded me of that when you mentioned Jaws. I didn't want to sit on a toilet for a while after watching Ghoulies 1 and 2, but yeah, Ghoulies 2 was always on. It makes me think of 80s, the carnival, the Buccaneer Carnival in Corpus, haunted houses.
I mean, it's better than Ghoulies 1 because I've never seen Ghoulies 1, and I could care less about it because I know.
You know what? Ghoulies 1's pretty good, man. It's pretty good, but Ghoulies 2, I gotta say, man.
Does it have the variety of characters though? Isn't Ghoulies 2 like the Gremlins 2 version of Ghoulies, where they make more variety of characters, or does Ghoulies 1 have
kind of? Now, Ghoulies 1 had that variety too, but it wasn't as defined as Ghoulies 2. Now, Ghoulies 3, don't ever watch that ever.
Okay.
Horrible fucking movie.
Critters 2 is also pretty good though.
Yeah, Critters 2 is great. Yeah, I love Critters 2. Okay, so my second pick though, going from the honorable mentions, my second pick is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Is that the one with
That's the one with Dennis Hopper.
That's the one. Yes, it's Dennis Hopper. Yeah. Okay.
With Dennis Hopper,
with the radio DJ, right? Called Legs.
No.
What's
Stretch.
Your name? Stretch. Thank you. Yeah.
Legs.
I don't think I didn't see that one.
Oh my God, dude!
Stretch,
that one
Legs
is.
Goddamn thing.
And I think I remember watching it with you and then just passing out.
This movie surpasses like the entertainment value of 90% of the movies that are out there coming out right now, and there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And I like I said, I told you guys, I put this right next to movies like Lawrence of Arabia. It's just fine filmmaking, and it's crazy. It's insane. The movie's just all over the fucking place. And like I said, to me, gives me everything that I need in a movie, and everything that I want and crave. It's just nonstop action. It's comedy. It's horror. It's everything, and it's set a standard. And I think, if you haven't seen it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now, I'm not gonna go and talk about it and say that it's better than the first one, but I prefer it. It's my favorite.
You enjoy it more.
I enjoy it more.
It does the right amount of exploitation to the movie, whereas Part 3 took it a little bit over the top, and this one did it perfectly.
No, 3 is just a different story. 3, I appreciate everything about it, a little bit of something in every Texas Chainsaw movie, but this one was just cinema. Like it's beautiful, and to me it's a striking movie. It's got stuff that you remember. It's the lighting. It's got these scenes that just give you chills still, that
the scenes especially the scenes of the DJ when the guy comes into the
when Leatherface's brother comes in and starts talking to her. I mean, those are
that's really
it's another Tobe Hooper movie. That's like I mentioned Poltergeist. Tobe Hooper directed Poltergeist, also did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2. Also did Life Force. I don't know if you all have ever seen Light Force, but if you ever want to see vampires in space or vampires from space, check out Life Force. Naked vampires from space. Tobe Hooper.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Who's next? Number 2.
Oh, okay. I got 2 honorable mentions since we're in part 2. You did your honorable mentions. I'm gonna go real quick. I'm gonna go. Child's Play 1. Child's Play 1 was very simple movie, but very effective. That one was pretty scary. I had my second one. Hold on, fuck. Damn. Oh my God!
Want me to do one while you use it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Honorable mentions for me would be Mexico had these movies based on Mad Max, kind of just biker gangs showing up and terrorizing people.
Okay.
And some like they were based on Mad Max, like they were really out there bikers. They had makeshift armor and stuff, but they would just show up at a place like a picnic or a motel, or, a fancy one of resorts, and just chop off people's noses. And kill a good amount of people before, And here's the thing, I don't remember the names of them at all.
Oh.
But I think Marco, a lot of people, Marco, if you're listening.
You see, that's my number 1, Asky. That's my number 1 there.
What, Mexican biker movie?
No. But I'll get to, because I forgot my other honorable mention. So I'm just going to go into my number 2. And this is where I think I'm going to get a lot of shit here. I'm going to go Alice in Wonderland number 2.
The Johnny Depp one?
I know. Let me explain a little bit.
That's number 2, dude.
I saw it as a kid, and I would always
the animated
out
one.
as how. Yes, of course.
Okay, right after the Johnny Depp one, and
Disney
you said yes. Okay.
No, I have never seen that. I've never seen that in my life. No, I'm talking about the animated one. I saw it as a kid, and it freaked me out because of the way she would keep getting lost. You know what I mean? She kept fucking going deeper and deeper. I didn't like the twins. The twins were creepy. You know what I mean? The flowers were evil. The cat was all, you know what I mean? It was not been said about the cat. They wanted to take off her head, and she kept going deeper into a hole. And then, she didn't know where she was, and it always made me feel anxious. And then now,
I get you. It's true.
And now I have kids, so I used to see them watch it growing up, and I would still literally have to leave the room and say I can't take this. This is a little too much. I guess it's the feeling of getting lost. So I'm gonna go that with number 2. If you guys want to rip me apart, you can go ahead.
Well, no, that's a good one, man. I mean, an honorable mention. By the way, before I go to my quick honorable mention, did you ever have class with me? Were you in class with me with Valadez?
No.
And he showed us fucking Go Ask Alice, the movie.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think what the hell we watched. I was like, what?
Which
what?
had that?
Oh, you heard about the one where the little girl would wear a mask?
No, it was about this girl who was just addicted to drugs. It was a movie that was done in the 70s, I think, but it was based on this chick from the 60s who
girl's diary.
She found her, it was her diary, and she was talking about everything that was going on, the drugs she was using, and it
was a junkie Anne Frank, basically. It was summer, and I met these cute kids, and I smoked some pot, and then 4 chapters later, I'm saying that because they found the diary after she passed away.
Yeah.
By the way,
last year I googled it. Last year I googled it. It was all fake. It was just a lady decided to write it and present it like that, so she could help kids not get.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah. So there was no Alice. Well, actually, I don't even know that was her name.
So it was perfect because I remember they were trying to draw comparisons to her and the actual Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and I knew it had to be more than a coincidence. Her name was Alice, and she was experimenting with drugs because Alice in Wonderland was about drugs.
Yeah, and then Lewis and Carroll, apparently he's a pedophile, but they never found proof. So I don't know, makes it a lot more creepier.
Well, honorable mention before you mention your number 2 is 2 honorable mentions because you mentioned Mexican movies, the Santo horror movies, but which I'd like to get a collection of. But I was gonna say Return to Oz is a good honorable mention.
Oh, wow, yeah, that was pretty scary.
That movie's horrific.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I don't think I've seen. Is that the one for Ruza Bulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have a friend of mine that loves that movie.
Go watch that movie.
That's
watch it.
Number two.
Number two.
Yeah, it was darker. I was like, holy shit. Not scary, but yeah, it was. It was a great look and stuff. Number 2 came out like 3 years ago. Orlando, you've seen it. I doubt that you've seen it. But it's a horror movie in plain daylight. It's Desierto.
Oh my God, that is a good one, dude. That is.
Oh wow,
I've seen that like 4 times, and even though it's fucking tragic and scary, damn. It's
wow.
Well played out. Check this out. It's about.
Where can I find? Can I find this on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix actually.
Can I find this on your Netflix account, Areski?
Yeah. Yeah.
God bless him, man. He lets you his Netflix account. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
You know what? I should put some rules.
You
have to watch something I tell you once a week.
Yeah.
I can't ruin it. Well, there's nothing to ruin, but the premise is badass. It's all these immigrants that are crossing over, and they made it before Trump.
I'll use the account called Fei Long.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna use that just for martial arts movie.
Oh yeah. Speaking of martial arts movie, honorable mention, Bloodsport, because all that crap was fake. That George Dukes guy,
Frank
that God, I'm gonna go, and I don't want to get into it all. This is gonna be for next episode. But all those guys are liars, and that's scary. How people can lie like that and just live their whole fucking lives. Like they say, like they can just stop at the Purple Heart, but then like they keep going that they're in the CIA and that they got like all these other medallions. And it's not true, and that's scary. So that's honorable mention, Bloodsport 1, because, yeah. Anyways, keep going, guys. My bad.
All right. That bombed. Anyway, so the immigrants, they crossing the desert. This was right before this political climate. They're crossing the desert, and this Minuteman.
Well, you gotta get all political and shit. All right, you're voting for Beto O'Rourke. I get it.
No, I'm not. First of all, that looks like your type of guy, dude. Come on, you skateboard.
I
can feel your tiny dick.
I'm not gonna vote for Ted Cruz, man. I'm probably voting for Beto O'Rourke. Actually, I'm going voting for tomorrow. But you really want to talk about that?
No, I'm just gonna Google shit before I vote.
Let's veer from the political nonsense.
Right? Can I talk about the movie?
Finish with the goddamn movies. All right, damn, dude.
Jesus. Well, you're the one interrupting. That was not good shit at all. Jesus Christ.
All right, we'll finish with the goddamn movies already.
What?
Yeah, get him on already. Fuck, call him up.
Damn. Well, anyway, this Minuteman's hunting him down, dude. All these immigrants. And he's a pretty good shot. He takes down like a good amount. And then there's just a
What are you talking about?
The movie.
Desierto.
God damn it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's
so
no
that's number 2.
About it. Yeah.
Right, cool.
I got to mention the badass dog. There's a badass dog in it named Tracker. He's pretty vicious.
Yeah. That dog is badass, man. I got to hand it to that fucking dog or whoever trained that damn dog. Like, it just jumps right in the fucking window, man. Like.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen it.
Like, he looked like a badass dog to have. Besides being a vicious killer.
That was my dude. Thank you so much. That was my second honorable mention. I only had 2. It was Child's Play. My second one was Cujo, man. Thank you. It was Cujo. Cujo as my honorable mention, man, because that shit could really happen, Like your wife could really have an affair, and then like fucking end up at a goddamn junkyard with Danny Pintaro like choking on his tongue.
Okay.
That's what happened in Cujo. Remember that?
That's your number 1.
No, that's not my number 1, dude.
That's number 1. All right, cool.
That's honorable
your number 1 or less.
Okay. All right, go for it.
We're doing number one. My number 1 here is Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Evil Dead 2. And just because, look, there's so many. I'm a big horror guy, yeah. And And another honorable mention, real quick, Night of the Demons, the first one.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. Oh, that's such a great one, dude. Yeah.
But I'll go back into that. But Evil Dead 2, I have to say, Evil Dead 2 is possibly one of my favorites, not just horror movies, but movies of all time, just because. And I tell people, I think Evil Dead 2 is one of those. It's along the same lines of the other ones that I mentioned, Reanimator, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And I don't know if it's because it's a sequel or what, because I think it's the same story where the director, like Tobe Hooper, wanted to do something better than the first one and top it. But this one is just insane. It's perfect. It gives me everything I need. It's got the gore. It's got the story. It's got the comedy. It's got the bizarre things that happen. It's got fucking demons. Yeah, well, no, that's the second movie. I mean, the first movie.
The second one didn't have
four out of your 5 movies are Tobe Hooper movies.
Well, there's not a Tobe. This is a Sam Raimi movie.
Oh, I thought you mentioned Tobe Hooper. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did mention Tobe Hooper. He said Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Poltergeist, but
okay. I thought you mentioned
Evil Dead 2. I mean, like I said, Army of Darkness is one thing. Evil Dead 1 is another thing.
That's the first one I got introduced to, by the way.
Evil Dead 2 is just got everything that I like about horror is in that. It's still got a lot of the creepy scariness to it, but it's got a lot of the gore. It's got a giant demon face that comes out of the wall towards the end.
Mm.
And it's got this, and it's like the game Splatterhouse, Like, I wish they made a movie about that. If I ever went to going into making movies, I would want to make a Splatterhouse adaptation.
Ooh.
I have dreams about shit like that. I have dreams about cabins and houses and stuff like.
You used to play Splatterhouse?
Huh? Splatterhouse.
You used to play Splatterhouse? I've always wanted to play that game.
It's insanely hard.
Wow. Yeah.
Evil Dead 2. I can't really. That's my number one pick. Again, I'll put that in. When I say comedy, if we had a top 10 for comedies or all-time movies, I'm gonna put that one in there too. Evil Dead 2 is hilarious.
Huh.
It's very quotable. If you want to talk about movies that you can talk to or quote along, it's right there next to Blood In, Blood Out. It's got so many memorable quotes. Evil Dead 2 is up there. That's my number one. And I'm going to Frightmare next year.
I actually have it.
Just because I want to go see Bruce Campbell and next year's Frightmare. But I'm excited. Like I said, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't let him disappoint you too hard.
Yeah, he won't.
People say you shouldn't meet your heroes, but whatever.
No. If he's nice to me, then I would be disappointed. So.
Oh, okay. You want him to be a dick. You say yes. Yeah. I'm gonna go my number one, and I can't believe you beat me to it. But I don't know if it's a Mexican movie or if it's a movie from Spain that they would show on Mexican channels. And I don't know the name of it, so I was a little weirded out about fucking mentioning this as number one. But it was really the scariest movie. I'll describe it to you guys, and maybe you can help, because I've been trying to research it for years and I can't figure out what the name of the movie is. But it was set in the Western times, right? And there was some conjoined twins, and they split up the twins, and one of them lived and one of them died, and the dead one would come out and kill all his family for killing him because they were conjoined and he died. And they show this on the Mexican channels. Yeah, no, it was pretty damn scary, and I was trying to remember it today and saying, was it really that scary? And then I was remembering it, and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty damn scary. So I don't know the name of the movie. Damn. So if any of the listeners want to help me out with that, or you
was
guys,
there a money shot? Do you remember anything gruesome? Anything that stood out? Besides
one thing that stood out. He would come out in the mirrors. So
oh wow.
I mean, I guess they had a lot of mirrors back in the Western days, and that's where he would I don't really remember how he would kill him. But I know for sure he was a conjoined twin, and he was very upset about being separated and dying. That's my number one.
Well, we'll keep a mental note of that, and we'll have to look at. There's a lot of Mexican cinema that I'm still exploring. I was watching one called La India, and it was a Mexican Western, and I need to actually
Is it older than you?
It's older. It was from the 70s.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, those are hard to figure out, man.
Yeah, it kind of had that Italian vibe. Well, you ever seen?
It does. It has a European vibe. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why I keep saying maybe this might have been a Spanish movie.
There's a lot of Mexican cinema that it's yet to be explored. Because they would just show it they would show it in the theater, and then maybe you were lucky enough to find it on video, and you get curious every now and then and check it out, see what it is. No. But then people would just find it out later on.
They would show it at Sunday at 8 o'clock at night.
There's a lot of really good stuff out there. Jodorowsky, he's from Mexico.
Oh, Jodorowsky, man, yeah. Honorable mention, of course, any Jodorowsky film, El Topo or Holy Mountain or
Santa Sangre.
Santa Sangre is huge. But yeah, it's got a lot of imagery that will definitely stay.
And El Topo is one of those influences that I had when coming up with my more recent music project, But watching those alongside with some of those Italian horror movies.
Because I'm huge on Holy Mountain, so. El Topo was the first one I saw, and then I saw Holy Mountain, so I'm also very huge on Jodorowsky. That's something cool we found out about each other on the podcast.
I love you.
I love you too, man.
Oh, man.
All right, number one, ask. What do you got?
Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, that one's good.
Yeah, I already saw the 50s one, I think, or a really old one. I don't remember. I tell you, I don't remember what year.
It's 60s. It's 60s. It passed away to Obama. I get it. All right. You're a hardcore Democrat. You're voting for Beto O'Rourke. I get it, dude. All right.
So what is it? You becoming a Republican all of a sudden?
I'm not a Republican at all. Why would I ever be a Republican? I'm nothing. I'm just a man. With simple pleasures and simple ideas. And
okay, yeah.
Holy shit! A fucking.
All right, that's going nowhere. So anyway, zombies scared the shit out of me.
By in the rain for Halloween. Anyway, so yeah, what was number? Okay, so why that movie?
Well, because zombies were just overwhelming. There was a bunch of them.
What movie did you say?
They had the tactical advantage. Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I gotta say though,
I thought it was like a vampire werewolf where they said the weakness. No, these things are alive and they're gonna be a bitch to kill.
I realized that there was gonna be another. With me, I can't believe I forgot it because I probably would have put it on the list, but I wouldn't know which one to take out of the list. And I guess you could call it an honorable mention, but this is also another favorite, would be Return of the Living Dead, which
the one with the punk rockers?
That's the one with the punk rockers, and I remember
that's the one with the gas, right?
With the gas, that's actually one of my favorites, and I can't believe I excluded it from this list. But it's more than an honorable mention. It would be tied. It would probably be tied with number 2 on my list.
I'm with you on that one.
That one, I have several copies of that movie. I love that movie to death. It's just pun intended. But yeah, that movie when I saw it when I was a kid, it was just it had, again, one of those movies that had everything: comedy, horror.
That dancing zombie, man.
The titty, had a little titty in there. It had TNA, horror, gore, legit scariness. Yeah. It had a good story, had a message. But that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for this. That was kind of like a unofficial sequel to Night of the Living Dead. But yeah, no, it's a good pick. That is a good number 1. Man.
Years later.
And they kept up with how futile it is to fight the damn zombies. I mean, everyone gets nuked at the end, don't they?
Well, no.
Oh, shit.
Well, and Return of the Living Dead, yeah, it is. Return of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead, How do you feel about the sequels, the actual sequels, Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead?
Are they already combined?
What?
They're entertaining still. I like them. It's just the first one fucked me up, and then Return of the Living Dead fucked me up even more because it's futile. They nuke everyone, and it was pretty good. Except by the time I guess I'd grown up, I wasn't that scared. And I remember there's one called Land of the Dead, I think, with John Leguizamo.
And Dennis Hopper.
Like that was not scary at all. It's like a sci-fi movie, and there's a bunch of zombies all over the place, but it's not a zombie movie at all. It was weird.
Hey, speaking of John Leguizamo, you want to know what's scarier than
honorable mention the pest.
You want to honorable mention the pest. You want to know what's scarier than having beef with zombies? Is having beef with Steven Seagal. John Leguizamo has beef with Steven Seagal. We'll get into that next episode. It's a little teaser there, guys. We call it in the industry. It's called a teaser.
Well, I hate both those guys, so I'd like to hear that.
And we'll talk about John Leguizamo's beef with Steven Seagal.
Yeah, I hate both those dudes, so I would like to see about getting them. I would love to like turn them on against each other. I would love to see Seagal and John Leguizamo in a pit fighting, and see which one's alive, and then execute them right after that.
Well, if John Leguizamo was dressed as Clown from Spawn, I think he could take him. I mean, dude, John Leguizamo saved Spawn, dude. Like, I'm not a big John Leguizamo fan by any means, but he did save Spawn, dude. Honorable mention Spawn.
He didn't save it. That movie still sucks. He's the best part in it.
He is, man.
We already talked about this, man. If you already fucking
for him to stand out in a movie with Martin Sheen in it,
It keeps coming up, man.
We keep mentioning Michael Jai White. Unintentionally now said you're about Michael Jai White.
Okay. So
Michael Jai White and Michael J. Fox should make a movie.
Oh, Michael J. Fox recently played guitar. He played Johnny B. Good with Coldplay. He kind of looked like he was having a hard time playing it.
God damn it, dude.
What?
Was it because he forgot how it? It was because he forgot how the song went.
Maybe, man. It's been a long time since he played guitar. That's what I'm saying.
Or he has Parkinson's.
It's been a long time. Hey, man. No. What? He has Parkinson's?
Motor skills.
I didn't. I mean, because when I dropped my guitar for 6 months, it's pretty hard to get back on.
Hey,
I thought it was 20 years since he played guitar.
I did tell you that we did have a guest here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, we have.
We said it was a surprise guest, so I don't know who it is.
Oh, you don't know who it is?
Oh, I guess it's full of surprises.
Oh, hold on. Let me adjust my phone here. Anyway, so I have.
Did you get him in the room?
He's on the line. He's on the line.
Oh, okay.
He just
good.
called.
He's not there.
And hopefully you guys have some questions for him.
You know who it is?
Well, hold on, Mr. Cosby. Can you hear us?
Hello. Can you guys hear me on the phone?
Holy shit! Even with all that shit that happened, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I mean, perfect for our Halloween movie.
Honorable mention, Leonard Six.
I'm talking to you guys on the phone, and I am calling to say hello.
Hello, Mr. Cosby. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So,
how have you been lately?
I'm doing. To be honest, I've seen better days. You see, because I am not at my house right now.
Okay. So
you're not with what's his wife's name, guys? Camille. Camille. You're not with Camille.
Is at the house. She waits because she is not. I called, talked to her on the phone, and I said, Camille, can you please bring me my favorite food over to where I'm at? And she did. She doesn't want to answer the phone anymore. I don't know why.
Okay, well, did you guys have any questions for Mr. Cosby?
Yes, Mr. Cosby,
yes,
where you're at right now, what type of snacks do you have?
Yeah.
I didn't understand the question.
I'll let you go first.
What?
I said, where you're at right now, what type of snacks do you have? Jesus Christ, pretty damn slow.
Kinds of snacks that I have, and you would be surprised to know that I do not have any Jell-O pudding here.
That's a goddamn shame.
I have carrots, I have cucumbers, and I have also some crackers, because I tried to stay lean and light.
All right.
Yeah, well, you want to stay lean and light where you are, sir. Pleasure talking to you, sir. You know, I always wondered, you know, you were Mr. Huxtable as a father of real people. Yeah, who was your favorite Huxtable son, child?
I didn't have a favorite child. They all turned on me at the end recently. But
not Raven Simone. She stood up for you.
No, at the very end, she said, Bill, I'm going to backstab you. That's exactly what she said.
Oh, yeah. No.
A boy, and we called him Bud. And I said, hello, Bud. Unfortunately, the child is now dead. You see?
Oh, I thought your favorite Huxtable son was Eddie Winslow.
Look, I am just going to say that everyone should have stood by the side of their father, Dr. Huxtable, but they did not.
Wow. Hey, well, I have a question for Mr. Cosby, if you guys don't mind. One of them is, I guess, because we were on the subject of Halloween, I wanted to ask him what you know. I think we're all curious to know what his favorite. Would you guys agree what his favorite Halloween movie would be?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got an idea.
The one, yes, that's a very good question, and I'm happy that you asked me, because I would say that there's a movie, and maybe you guys have seen this movie. It's about a father, and the father has a little girl. The father, yeah, that's the movie. It's Ghost.
Quite. Honorable mention.
That is not is more than an honorable mention. That probably is the best horror movie ever made. You see?
Wow, I would have to agree.
Yeah. We totally dropped the ball on that one, fellas. Where were you on that one, Esky?
Sorry, it's just when it comes to horrific Cosby stories, I don't think Ghost Dad's the worst one I could think of.
Frankenhooker.
All right, well, I guess we go ahead and let Mr. Cosby go and get back to what he was doing.
Thank you.
So thanks for being with us.
Make sure to watch old episodes of Fat Albert and Picture Pages.
All right, well, thanks for your time, Mr. Cosby.
Can you make the noise before he goes? Can you make the noise that the pen does?
Which noise would you like to hear?
The one with the squiggly pen that made all the weird noises.
Oh, the one that went.
All right, well, that was Mr. Cosby. Wow. I gotta say, that was pretty incredible to have him take time on his busy work schedule out of his to talk to us.
Yeah, I believe he's writing his memoirs,
which is great.
The what?
Are we going to get into our favorite movie monster?
Oh yeah,
we got time for that. Wrap it up.
He's having problems turning off the phone.
I can't turn off the phone. Oh.
There, you got it. Yeah, let's go into our favorite movie monsters. What?
You go first on this one. You go first on this one.
This is your question. I didn't really thought about it. This is your question.
No, it wasn't my question. It was Nando's question.
No, it was my question. It was my question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby would be my favorite. Ghost Dad.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Well, he is.
Nowadays, Ghost Dad, Leonard Part 6 is probably the most scariest movie. No, I'd say my classic favorite. It changes every now and then. It wavers between one to another. But I've always loved The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Motherfucker, dude. I was gonna fucking say that, dude. Fuck, man. I should have gone first. God damn it, that's the only one I got. But
really?
I'm going to say why you both like yours changes. Yours changes. Mine doesn't. This Creature from the Black Lagoon is the only fucking horror movie I've seen, and I don't understand whether is he an actor or is he a master diver? You know what I mean? And I haven't seen that goddamn new movie. I want to, but but no, I out of all the classic movies that I've seen, The Creature from the Black Lagoon is the only one I've seen. And my God, it's shot beautifully, and it's really great. That's pretty much all I have there. So
yeah, no, I have to say that I've always liked his design. I always liked I know that the guy who played him in the underwater scenes, he literally had to hold his breath for 5 minutes. They had to hire a guy who could hold his breath for 5 minutes.
Holy shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, back in the days, they were classically trained, like in San Marcos with the mermaids back in the. In the springs there. So apparently it was a thing back then. But that was I thought it was like.
There's a lot of things that people are afraid of, and I think it messed with your psyche when you think of you have no control when you have control when you're walking around, but when it gets dark and you fear that there's something close by that's scaring you. That's where most people have their setting at. But this was underwater. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that can happen. You can't see what's happening underwater, especially if it's dark and murky. So yeah, that's one thing. And then on top of that, you have this creature. One thing I noticed about the movie, I saw it a couple of years ago when I rewatched it. There's a scene where it just comes out of nowhere, and it may be the first. I don't know. I have to look into it, but it could be very well the first
jump scare.
Jump scare. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the scene where it just pops out of nowhere, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I think I actually saw it about maybe 4 years ago, and it was the first real classic horror movie. I mean, of course, I've seen clips of Bela Lugosi doing the Dracula and then the old Wolfman and stuff, and the old Frankenstein. But this is the first one I really sat through, and I was really impressed with with everything, really, man. I can't believe that it was done so long ago, and the costume is the makeup and the costume is ridiculous, man. I thought it was maybe the pinnacle of the monster movies. You know what I mean? Was it? And I don't know this. So I'm asking you. Was this one of the later ones that was done? Is this the last fantastic horror movie? Okay, wow.
It was.
Yeah, so it was what? Was it done in the late 50s or early 60s? Do you know that?
It was in the 50s, I believe. And I don't want to sound it's one of those errors. Oh, by the way, just to correct one of my errors that I made on the last podcast. The actress who played Callahan is still alive.
Oh, God bless her soul.
Yeah, I know. So there's still a chance.
I love America.
No, the creature. Now, you had your Universal monsters, and he was one of the later ones. And then from the Universal line, and then you had other classic monsters like the Fly. that was also, but he wasn't part of the Universal. I think a lot of people for a certain amount of time thought he was, which I'd like for them to, I don't know.
The Fly, like Jeff Goldblum?
No, the original Fly, the black and white.
Which is great because, I've seen the original Fly, and I like the way he hides his hand in his coat because it's like a fly hand. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I love that, man. Like the original Fly,
it's pretty scary.
Just as good as the Jeff Goldblum one.
It's just as good, but in different ways.
Mine is the badass sex that Jeff Goldblum has with Gina Davis. Remember?
In Earth Girls, oh wait, no.
Gina Davis should have said like, "Oh my God, like this guy has like badass sex. Like I think he's turning into a fly."
Yeah, because if there's anything that flies are always doing, are having badass sex.
Oh yeah, I mean they have like 24 hours to do it. So like.
Is it like, hey, did you just jizz on me, or was that your your mouthly discharge? Just made up a word, mouthly. Is that the discharge that comes out of your mouth? That acid? Yeah, I mean it's Jeff Goldblum, so he gets. But yeah, Creature from Black Lagoon, 1954.
That's just like regular Jeff Goldblum sex.
Yeah, it is. There's a scene from The Fly though where, because the Fly switches places, like the whatever, the sciencey stuff that happens, the atoms and all that. There's a fly and there's a scientist who's a fly. So the scientist becomes more into the fly, and the fly that he got it from turns more into the scientist. So there's part where he's on the web towards the end, and it's just kind of freaky because there's a little fly that has the face of the scientist.
Yeah, and he's saying, "Help me."
Yeah, the help me.
Yeah, he's yelling, "Help me!" Yeah.
That's kind of fucking scary, because it's just so obtuse of a situation, and the reaction of the woman is just, oh my God. But anyway, ask you, what's your favorite movie monster?
It's a tie between Freddy Krueger, because basically that guy basically did sketch comedy and nightmares, he had like different gimmicks every
Good call,
time he killed someone.
Yeah.
And then the other one would be Terminator.
Oh,
because he was a big indestructible robot.
Yeah.
And this dude had no problem going to a police station and kill him.
Freddy Krueger being a serial killer, like, wow, he sure kept his sense of humor intact.
Yeah, he never want to do the same thing twice. Well, slashing people,
Yeah,
but,
like,
I think like
if you would have told like Freddy Krueger, like, hey, you want to like have some beers and talk jokes, like he would have not killed you, man. Like he would have just like hung out with you in your dreams, and that'd been a nightmare. Yeah, right.
He would get real creative with how he would kill people, and he would do things to like mock them. I mean, he really loved his job. You got to hand it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, he had no problem being killed as a child. Yeah, because wow. Like,
by the way, I never saw that remake. Was that any good?
Time he can say he's in a better place.
I never saw the remake either.
He was in heaven for him.
I never saw the remake either, but I said either and then either. Jeez, come on. The remake it was explained to me that Freddy's character is more of a pedophile in that one.
Wow.
Well, they kind of insisted.
But how is he a pedophile if he got killed as a kid?
What?
He got killed as a kid, so how is he a pedophile?
No, he didn't get killed as a kid.
He didn't get killed as a kid? What the hell is it? You're talking about the Macaulay Culkin
movie? He was a teenager, man. He was a teenager.
No.
He was a grown-ass man already.
He was a grown-ass man.
Okay.
He got burned by the
called fan
people.
fiction.
Yeah, he got burned.
I'm going by my older brother's story, by the way. the same guy. The same guy that told me that George Washington and Abraham Lincoln died in war, and
against Indians.
You see what happened was that somebody shot George Washington with an arrow, and Abraham Lincoln is like, what the fuck, and then he killed that Indian Native American. I'm sorry, and then George Washington.
You're the one that fucking corrected me earlier. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I'm going by my brother's stories. I'm sorry. He told me a lot of lies. I found out the hard way.
Well,
but yeah.
So those are good picks. Yeah, I mean, I guess Robert Englund, it would be considered a modern Bela Lugosi. You know, Bela Lugosi.
Take it easy there. Let's take it easy. He didn't play multiple characters. He just played Freddy Krueger. You know, Bela Lugosi played other characters.
All right.
What else did Bela Lugosi play?
He played another vampire that was like Vampire Count. That wasn't Dracula. With the East Side Boys.
Stokers?
Yeah, like he was another vampire in the East Side Boys, this movie I have, where these group of kids from the streets. You know, that's what they talk. They're like, hey, we're a group of kids from the streets, and we're in this house here. It looks like there's a scary vampire. And then Bela Lugosi came out with a man who was vertically challenged as his minion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get your official one because I took your Creature from the Black Lagoon there. And I only took it because that's the only one I had, and you said you had multiple ones. What's your official
The Scorpion King. The Scorpion King's also a badass monster because he's a rock and a scorpion.
I would agree, man. I would agree.
So that's what Orlando's pick.
The Scorpion King or one of those like Anubis guys from Stargate.
Oh,
they're cool too.
Fuck it. Yeah.
No, I'd say like it goes back to Wolfman sometimes, just because. But then again, I like Frankenstein a lot too. So I think the least favorite is Dracula. But I'm not saying because I dislike Dracula, just because I like the other ones more. But I'd say Wolfman. One thing I noticed about Wolfman, I think it's because Wolfman, the creature, and Frankenstein all have tragic endings.
Mm-hmm.
They're all kind of like, they all got like these sad stories, like, you know, they're all like victims somehow, you know. Especially the Wolfman. I feel real bad for the Wolfman every time I see it. But then again, also the creature.
He doesn't want to be the Wolfman.
He doesn't want to be the Wolfman. He doesn't want to kill people, and he's scared, and he regrets everything that he does, and he just wants to die.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just a goddamn moon, you know what I mean? Like, fuck the moon.
That's a movie, though. I mean, they made him, you know, they made him.
Come on, you've never been possessed by the moon there, Esky? It's Halloween.
No,
I'm just saying, in real life, wolf boys get a lot of action. Have you not seen those wolf boys from Mexico? They have like 3 wives each. You know?
Those people that have like actual
wolf boys from Mexico do like trapeze stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and they have shit. You know, like
they're already hanging on the goddamn circus. Like, might as well learn a trade or two. You know what I mean?
I saw one of those guys at Laredo Community College one time. I did.
I wasn't there for that once.
Yeah, I think I was one of those guys. I think I was one of those guys in 8th grade.
because I think
for that to happen and you not tell me, I imagine it happened on September 10th, 2001. You know, that's the only way you can not tell me you met a wolf boy.
No, I already moved over here when that happened.
They told me to go home and shave. I think I'm a qualified wolf boy.
Okay, no, there was a lot of things I didn't tell you. I mean, that was one of those things that I don't think I told anyone that, because I can't believe it, and I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. Because I walked. It was in one of those buildings where I was taking a psychology class, and it was during the break. In between the class, you would take a break. They would let us take breaks, and I walked by this classroom, and there was like a teacher, and then talking to the teacher was one of these wolf people. I'm serious. I'm like, holy fuck! Like, I think they brought that person in from Mexico as like a guest speaker. But I was kind of like,
oh no, okay, it was like,
it was
psychology class. Why does it need a wolf boy?
It was in that same building, so I don't know if it was psychology.
So it could have been something else, or you know.
Yeah, it was another classroom. Like, it was before that class had started. It was empty, and there was that the teacher, the professor, or whatever was there with a wolf boy, and it actually did like really send a huge like chill down my spine, like, and I didn't want to turn back and look, you know, because I was curious. I was like, is that a fucking like hairy person? Like I'd never seen that, you know. It's like anyone has never seen something in their life.
You know a wolf boy when you meat one.
I didn't meet that person. I should have, but I was genuinely
when you see one.
I felt that kind of. I shouldn't, you know, but I felt that kind of like a frightful feeling that you get when you see something that you don't expect to see, and you don't see it every day. In fact, you don't see it at all, and that's probably the only time in my life that I would ever see one in person, you know. And I feel bad for that. But I think that's just kind of a human instinct, you know. It's kind of like when I used to have that the first time I had this dog, and I brought out this puppet of the Muppet Animal, and my dog just flipped out and freaked out. Never seen anything like that before. That's kind of how I was. It was a very primitive reaction. It was just too much stimulation for you. It was just like, whoa, and I didn't want to turn, and I didn't talk about it, but I feel now it's one of the, I guess it's kind of a regret. I really wish I would have gone back to investigate what was going on there, maybe even meet the person, and who knows, that could have probably been the best day of my life.
Yeah, the amazing was there, like, for a special reason.
It is Inktober. You can make a drawing out of it.
Yeah, I just feel like kind of like a scumbag now, but like I think that was one of the things that I have like regret for. But because I felt scared because of another person's appearance, you know.
I bet. I mean,
but you really don't.
But
you don't
talk
see.
About it.
Yeah,
you know
I guess.
I mean?
But it's like
I think it's normal, dude, for people to see wolf boys and be a little shocked. You know what I mean?
Am I wolfish?
They were in the circus.
Yeah, no, it is. It was very not. It was very like I had never felt anything like that. You know, where you get that feeling because, you know, I mean, I'm not the most. I'm a skeptic these days, but there's still a little bit of that love for like that supernatural. So a little bit of that me that I mean, I grew up Catholic.
It's a genetic deformity. It's not really like supernatural, but
no, I know, but still, you know, it's like that's the kind of imagery that you get put into your head when you're a kid and your grandma's telling you scary stories and shit, you know, like Llorona and Obinga. I don't know what the fuck Obinga is, but
yeah, I don't know what that is either. I heard about La Llorona. Yeah.
And the devil.
And the devil. I remember when I was a kid, and I used to be scared of being by myself because I thought the devil was going to come out. Do you remember that feeling?
Yeah. Well, my grandma would tell me that. First of all, it evolved. It was, mano pachona. And it'd be like, all right, well, I don't see any fucking hand, Grandma. So they changed it up. So, like, Llorona was the other special guest sometimes. If I don't go to sleep. They just wanted me to go to sleep. But they would scare me to sleep. Yeah. So it would be, the Llorona's going to come and get you. All right, no. And then they said, after that, it was Obinga. I think at that point they were just making shit up, you know.
What the fuck is Obinga, dude?
I don't know, but Obinga would come out, and I'll ask my aunt because she's still like. I remember and they would tell that to all the siblings and all their grandkids. So I don't know what the fuck Obinga. I looked it up, and I just get like some weird African thing on there, and it's not the Obinga that I'm talking about, but then after that they just said like, look. It's like, if you don't go to sleep, the devil's going to get you. I'm like, oh, shit, really? And like, yeah, the fucking devil's going to be outside waiting for you. And that's exactly how I said that. They said the fucking devil is going to be out there. No, but they said the devil's out there. But I crap you not. My grandma would tell me this, and I don't know if they did it for kicks or if they just really want me to go to bed. But they would say, look, I think the devil's out there right now. Really? And they're like, yep. And then someone would scratch on the window, and that would scare the shit out of me. So like, that's the devil right there. Can you hear it? It was like my aunt or someone scratching on the window.
Yeah.
Or knocking on the door. And, they would do that. That would really scare the shit out of me. And sometimes they'd kind of put on this act, like, and it's like, no, devil, no, he's going to go to sleep. He's going to be a good boy. He's going to go to sleep.
Yeah, they do that. But let me tell you, if it was really the devil, your Tia and Mom would really be freaking out, and they would, like, stop talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought after a while, I guess I was trying to process that in my head, and I believe me, I did think about that. I'm like, oh, shouldn't you all be scared too? But I think I thought maybe after you get to a certain age, like devil just
y'all are acting
wants
pretty
children.
Cool for it being the devil knocking on the window.
Yeah, I mean,
when y'all met the devil before, I see.
I felt kind of like, hey, well, y'all gonna do something about this? We got this devil situation happening out there, and all you're doing is just wanting me to go to bed. It's like I think you all should go and take care of it. There's guns in the house, right? There's knives at least. Like there's some rocks. I was like, aren't you all offended that he's gonna try to grab me?
Don't you all have a crucifix or something that you can protect me with?
Yeah. So, that's some crazy. And I you know what? If the guy with the wolf face is listening to me, I would like to apologize for not saying hello.
Yeah, I mean, really, man, all they want you to do is say hello. They want to be treated like everyday people.
Wow.
You did it. Yeah. That's the real scary story. That's the Halloween story for him, dude. So shout out to the wolf guy
Yeah, you never know, dude. Like he saw you out of the corner of his eye, and he's like, "Oh man, I saw a dude with a ponytail. Dude, what the fuck was that about?"
Hey, SK, I'm surprised you never met a wolf boy growing up.
I mean, what would you guys do if you met a guy with like?
I'm sure the wolf boy was SK's best friend growing up at some point. You know what I mean? Could you put it far behind you? I can't. Yeah, he's probably a great guy.
He probably is, man.
I know what you said about me. We adopted you. What the fuck?
I bet you play Street Fighter badass.
I don't think so. Maybe
he's probably a Gaio guy. You know what I mean? He can probably do that.
I don't know. I don't know. He could.
Yeah.
He could be kick ass with Chun-Li. I don't know.
I didn't see a wolf boy, but this past weekend I saw something. But it's more of a siren kind of thing. It's not supernatural.
Okay.
It's not monster, but it was unique. I was at a restaurant with a dwarf waitress.
Real what?
Yeah, an actual dwarf waitress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's. I'm not saying that.
An individual let's correct this. An individual who suffers from dwarfism.
Yes. Well, no, dwarf is a technical term. There's nothing wrong in saying that's a dwarf.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's not a midget. Midget's different. Midget's like
Okay. Would you go up to someone with dwarf? Would you go up to someone with dwarfism and say, "Hey, you're a dwarf, aren't you?"
No.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? If that's a politically correct term, why wouldn't you say that?
Well,
because
would you?
The same way no one comes up to me and goes, "You're a Mexican." No one does that.
Well, because you're not.
Except for Native Americans. The Native Americans
you
have
worked in Montana. What are you talking about?
But no one else goes say that. But I did wink at the dwarf waitress.
I know that if someone calls me a Mexican, I know there's people in Mexico that would probably be pretty upset if I claimed that I was a Mexican.
Oh yeah.
But check out. Guess what restaurant it was?
Denny's.
It was Hooters. So this is a fabulous dwarf waitress. Like seriously, she looked fine as hell. And I'm not saying this was a short girl. I'm saying this was an actual dwarf, and she was wearing the outfit and everything. She rocked it.
Is that
I actually want to ask my full-size waitress. Yeah, that's actually in the Laredo. That's
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what hour she works?
She works at the one Hooters here by the Walmart.
Does she got like a Facebook or something? Let me know.
I wanted to ask about her so much, but our waitress was so nice already. I didn't want to say, "Ma'am, who's that?"
I will only.
They made them the night more magical.
That's great.
Yeah, Yeah, I thought I had a pretty good episode, so I'm gonna just like. What about it?
We can work on it.
I'm pretty sure. Look, I'm gonna tell you though, right now, I'm pretty sure that that you're not supposed to call someone with dwarfism a dwarf. I'm just pretty sure.
Yeah, you can't call him a dwarf.
What do you call them?
You say like, oh, you have dwarfism.
I think they prefer small people.
Well, like first of all,
okay, let's say this dwarf murdered somebody.
You have to realize you got to treat everybody the same, dude. You know what I mean? Dwarfism or not, you treat them goddamn same. They all want respect. And
I can't treat them the same.
You can't just go on and say like, hey. You can't just go up and say like, hey, I want an IPA, dwarf. You can't say that. You got to treat them the same. You got to treat them the same, dude.
Yeah, you have to say, I would like a fucking beer, dwarf.
Yeah.
No,
same. I want her to
serve
serve me. I mean, there is nothing wrong there.
Hey, oh my God! What are you, a king? You know, what are we, Lord of the Rings?
I'm a patron at a restaurant.
No, you gotta treat everybody the same, dude. You know, so you can't just go into a Hooters and treat somebody with dwarfism. It's called dwarfism. You can't call them dwarf.
I mean, like, how is it?
Let's say this person murdered someone. Do I describe her as a little person, or do I say it was a dwarf?
Oh my God!
Look it up. I'll look it up. There's an actual term. All right, it's not offensive at all.
No, dwarfism is a term. Calling people dwarfism.
No, you're being offensive because you're automatically assuming dwarf is something related to Snow White and bullshit like that. No,
here's what I say. Well, you guys live in Laredo. You guys live in Laredo. In the United States, it's probably viewed as offensive. In Mexico, it's viewed as not really offensive at all. But I think in a border town, maybe you can meet that. You could go halfway. You could compromise in a border town. Would you think that makes sense?
I say we go next week to Hooters so you can see a dwarf and how beautiful she is, and not because of her condition, because she rocks with that ass. She was wearing the shirt that ass.
So as for the waitress, this is the way you do it. You say, "Can I get the waitress with?" No, dude, you say, hey, can I get the waitress with dwarfism? She was very nice to me last time. That's the way you do it.
I would say, ma'am, I like them short. That's
today's America.
That still sounds pretty bad, man.
What are you talking? I mean,
sounds pretty bad because y'all got a big case of the snowflakes. Betos.
Hey, what? Oh, I like that. But,
whoa, we got.
It's a little chilly in here.
What are we gonna do when we send these 7,000
Let me ask you, Eski, what if you go there, you sit down, she serves you, and you guys start actually like hitting it off, man?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Really? Like you would want to take her out on a date?
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
To treat her differently, that would be offensive. You know, yeah.
It would be offensive if Eski didn't go out with her.
Okay, well, you know what, man? Like, I'd like to see that happen. You know what? I may be a little jealous too.
I think you should come down here and make an episode from there.
I would love to, but I don't like Hooters food. That's
the next episode.
Hooters has the worst food.
I mean, you know, hey man, you guys see everybody, you know, see them for their souls. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, man, I'm excited for the Willow sequel.
What?
Whoa, there's a Willow sequel. What?
Yeah, like they're thinking about making a Willow, like a Willow sequel. Maybe
same
even
director
like
or not?
Ron Howard.
Lucas. Was it Ron? Oh yeah, you're right. It was Ron Howard. Ron Howard was talking about it.
Ron Howard.
Are you sure? When did you hear this? Because that was the last episode of that guy's show.
Which guy's show?
Maybe you saw that. Warwick Davis had a badass show on HBO.
Oh no! I didn't. No. It was something more recent than that.
He says he's a dwarf constantly, not a midget. As in, it's not offensive.
Whoa! Nobody says that anymore. Calm the hell down. Don't say the M word.
I'm using a good example.
Don't say the M word, man. This podcast is anti-M word.
Do you guys not really know the difference between dwarves and midgets? Like, I'm being totally serious. I'm not making a joke. I'm not trying to be funny or anything. There's a difference, the whole body thing. Like, they're both terms.
No. Hold on. No, but dwarves and midgets both suffer from what is referred to as dwarfism.
Yes,
but midgets are disproportionate. The limbs are disproportionate, and dwarves aren't.
Yeah, but they both have dwarfism. So, but I think they prefer not to be called either one. I think they prefer to be just called
okay.
people.
Let me see if I could put this in terms. Okay, a
What
dwarf
do you want to be called?
Like Aluche. Do you guys remember Aluche, the Mexican wrestler, the one that hang out with the
okay, I understand that. Yeah.
Okay, that's a dwarf.
The problem is this. If I can clear the problem,
Well, I got a fancy example here. The example was Aluche was a dwarf.
Yeah.
There's not enough
Mascarita Sagrada was a midget. Remember Mascarita Sagrada? The guy was taller, had longer limbs in his torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a midget.
What about
Are you wrong or am I wrong?
Remember Alebrije and Cuije?
I'm right. Yeah, you're just having a hard time because you're simple. You've never met. You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't know what to do with a dwarf.
They're misrepresented, and they just tell us what you want us to call you, and that's it. And we'll do it.
Well, I think she'd like to be called by her name.
Okay, so how about this? We're completely ignorant on this.
Okay, yeah, all right. So, yeah, like I said, okay, Mascarita Sagrada, he's a bit taller. He's a midget because he's got longer legs. All right, the disproportionate of his torso.
All right. We're hitting the 2-hour mark here, fellas. No, we're going to...
Did we make 2 hours again? Fuck.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Oh, my God.
I think you should make these things like 2-parters. 1 week,
hour and 20 minutes.
1 week.
I think the whole dwarf midget thing should be separated into its own show. And
we can discuss also what we're going to talk about next month. But next month we can do something maybe Thanksgiving.
Yes. I have a lot of things to say about Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So I got to tell you about because I do keto. So I would love to talk about keto Thanksgiving shit and how I'm gonna have to suffer through my first.
So what is that for you? Like water and turkey? That's about it.
No. Right now it's looking like right now. I need to figure out, but it's looking like a turkey, bacon. My mom likes to make turkey with bacon wrapped over it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So turkey with bacon over the turkey, not turkey bacon, but actual bacon over the turkey. Yeah. Plenty of butter.
Yeah.
And some cauliflower.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Where's mashed cauliflower?
I'm with you, man.
I've
been doing this for years, but I didn't know it was called keto.
Yeah, but you can't.
You were doing kegel.
Yo.
No, yeah.
Oh, you're fat.
Yeah.
So I can give you.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Thanksgiving food. I guess we'll talk about football. Why it's played on Thanksgiving. It's the most American sport.
Yeah.
You guys can
It's
explain
about taking other people's land by force.
Episode. I don't watch football, so you guys can explain all that shit to me, and I could be, I could look like the idiot, so I don't mind.
And
I guess, should we throw something else in there?
I'll be turning 37, so I can talk about how it feels like to be 37, which you guys know about because you guys are older than me. So
you're turning
40.
No, what? I'm 42. You're turning 40. What are you talking about?
Well, guys, I think we ought to wrap it up. I think this was
we got to wrap it up.
I got an idea. Next time, top 3 Arnold films. How about that?
Oh, gee, man, that's.
Because I don't know if
That's a good one.
Arnold has some stinkers.
I like that.
And no Expendables.
Yeah.
As much as we like to add
I think we should just talk. I think we should just talk about Arnold film.
Okay.
And
all right, sounds good.
and just talk about Arnold. So let's have an Arnold episode. We do half Thanksgiving, half Arnold. I wanted to go into Turkey Day.
I wanted to watch Pumping Iron.
I wanted to go into Mystery Science Theater because one of my favorite traditions on Thanksgiving that I've done for the past
Turkey Day.
Well, maybe about 25 years. Since Turkey Day started, every year I've been watching Turkey Day. Or not Turkey Day, but per se all the time. But I watch Mystery Science Theater marathons on my own every Thanksgiving.
Oh wow, man! Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. I'm a huge Mystery Science Theater fan myself, so I can.
I hate the new shit. I hate the new shit. I don't watch the new shit. You know, I'd rather watch Mitchell like 5, 6 times in a row.
You talking about with Patton? You talking about that Patton guy?
Oh, with Patton Oswalt? Yeah, no, like
I haven't seen a single episode, man.
I watched one episode, like halfway, not even halfway through. It was I thought it was horrible, man. It was absolutely garbage.
I haven't seen a single episode of that. No, I know the classic ones. I'm down. We'll dissect that.
So we could, if you guys are down,
we'll talk about the most. We'll talk about Mitchell. We'll talk about Memory Bank. You know, with the Great Railroad Julia. You know what I mean? I'm prepared for that.
Master Ninja.
Master Ninja, the Master Ninja theme song.
Oh, and actually, honorable mention, Mono's The Hands of Fate.
Oh, my, good call. Good call. Yeah, good call, man.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah, good call, man. Yeah. And the Santa Claus movie, the Mexican one, that one was pretty scary, too.
Yeah, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
No, another one.
No, that's not the Mexican one.
Mono's The Hands of Fate with Torgo. Man, do y'all remember when Mike Nelson would dress up as the guy from A&E Biography?
Yeah.
Oh.
What was his name? Jack something? Jack Sterling or something like that. And he'd come out, yes, well, you know.
Well, Jack Sterling is the guy from Twilight Zone, ain't it?
No, it's Rod Sterling.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
But it's funny because it came out at a time where no one would get that reference now. But he would come out doing that, and we'd be talking, hey, did you see when the guy on Mystery Science Theater dressed up as a dude from A&E Biography? And that made, like, that was because you could watch it, like, because they'd always show that fucking guy. And it's like, yeah, the bald-bearded guy from A&E, because you could watch it. There was one time I'd watch Mystery Science Theater, and he was doing that. I would change the channel, and that guy was on. And, so I appreciate little things like that, or when Torgo would come back, like on different episodes, he'd make just random appearances. On Turkey Day too, they were having like a turkey party, and or a Thanksgiving party, and so that guy from A&E Biography.
Oh, and Survivor, and also Survivor. We gotta talk. If we're gonna talk Turkey Day, we gotta talk Survivor Series.
Survivor. Oh fuck, man, you're right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, we got to talk Survivor Series. And if you're going to talk Survivor Series, you got to talk old school Survivor Series. Like, like, for next coming episode is the best, like, 4 of Survivor Series.
Okay.
The best team that you've seen in Survivor Series.
All right, guys. I got to do my homework then, okay? Shit, there's a lot of work that we got.
We do.
I got to catch up. I can't remember Survivor Series. I got to watch them on the network. So,
yes, sir.
What year should I watch the Survivor Series?
Come on, man.
Early 90s.
I know. I'll give you
93 was
my pick.
Undertaker's
It'll probably
debut.
have Mr. Perfect. He's gonna have Mr. Perfect on my team. You know. So I'm gonna basically pick the best team that Mr. Perfect had.
Basically, we're all gonna watch the same YouTube video and talk about it.
Yeah. You should come over to my house. We should watch all Survivor Series.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Tell me which Survivor Series you guys end up watching, and I'll watch it also, and then we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones.
We may. That's a lot of stuff to talk about in November, guys.
I don't know about the years. I don't know about the years, but I could just straight up give you a bunch of moments, you know. But
I can too. But I need to know the years. I need to know the years so I can know. But tell me which one you guys end up watching, and I'll watch that one too.
I'll tell you, Chuck Norris kicked Jeff Jarrett, and you're gonna Google it, and then you're gonna watch it. That's gave too much away there. Shit.
That's a good teaser. Let's end it with that. You gotta call it.
Okay.
And that's the lamest Survivor Series moment that we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen.
So let's sign it out.
With Survivor Series,
let's thank Mr. Bill Cosby for showing up.
Oh yeah, round of applause for Bill Cosby. And
great guy,
great
guy. Well, great entertainer.
We have a lot of guests. We have a lot of guests lined up for our upcoming episodes. We've got a lot of people that I have. For the Wrestle Talk, I think we have Jim Cornette that would like to join us.
Oh wow!
And, and maybe for our December, I think, or maybe November, we do have what's his name? Well, Stan Lee has been
Axl Rose.
A lot, so.
Oh, okay.
Axl Rose, yeah. I don't know. We have a lot of people. Stallone. Schwarzenegger. When we do our, maybe we could push that Schwarzenegger episode to Christmas and lead it all up to Jingle All the Way.
I think you can wait. Yeah, for Jingle All the Way. Yeah.
Because I'd like to talk about Mystery Science Theater and Survivor Series is a great thing to talk about too. And then
those are good November topics.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all next time. Please comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, we are apologetic if we've offended anyone. This is all just good-natured joking around. So please excuse our lack of sensitivity.
It's satire. We're not serious.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Guys, always a pleasure talking to you all, and I'll catch up with you all soon, okay? And if I don't talk to you before Halloween, then have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys.
All right.
Happy Halloween.
Have a good night, too.
Later, guys and ghouls. Relax.
All right, everyone out there in Internet land, thank you for joining us on this very special episode of the Lack of Hustle podcast. Make sure to check out Terranodon Media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything on there. Terranodon Media. Oh, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, whatever that means. And to all the naysayers out there, I hope your mother knows how to make me a great breakfast.